Right, I'm going to try and fit in another game of rapid chess. Just getting slowly back into rapid chess after not really playing it for years, and only having played a small number of games anyway. How many have I done now? 52 I've played now. That's over years though. So 1491, good luck. My opponent again, relatively small number of games, 76, and has only played essentially rapid there. I'm just going to try and keep it simple. Play good principled chess. I'll bring the bishop out. We'll go maybe London style this game. Just try and bring the other bishop out at some point somewhere. Obviously not here, but somewhere. I'm just trying to move the bishop up somewhere with it, and then get castled, then worry about what to do, get the knight into the game. Maybe c4 first, I'm not sure yet. Right, bishop up, so I can take or I can drop back. So I'm just going to drop back and see if my opponent chooses to take. Has done, so that gives me a target. So I think I want to put the bishop here now. If you do this though, I'm then likely to have to take, but I've got a target. So I'm just going to do that. Create pressure on the target immediately. Then g4, g5 might be a move, but it is rapid here, so very easy to go wrong. I'll give my bishop an option to come back. Obviously, it's not a bullet game, this, so my opponent's got lots and lots of time to think. Knight up would provoke h6, no doubt, but g4, you can't really take because I just take with a check. I mean, you'd probably get away with it, but it's dangerous. If I take now, knight takes, I can't go forward. g4 is very committal. Once I've done it, I can't come backwards, so I don't think I'll do it just yet. If I go here, I'm potentially running into this. So I'm just going to go slowly and steadily, does it, and drop the bishop back, and then I can release the knight. And I might even still castle kingside, I might do. Because obviously that knight's going to come across and become a big giant pawn. But I might have the option to go forward, or still potentially push this side at some point. I just want the knight into play, just say a rapid game, so take it nice and slowly and steadily. Right, the knight has indeed gone across. So queen up is a move potentially, but I want to just stick to the basic plan. Knight up. Now maybe queen up and potentially even push in the middle. My opponent might actually want to do that themselves. So if they do, take, knight takes, takes, rook takes, activate the queen or knight across. It all looks fine to me. I just got to be careful. Obviously, I can't afford to move this pawn across, allowing some sort of take there. So I'll just take if my opponent pushes. Trade a knight off, activate the other knight, and then target the pawn. So I'm preparing, obviously, queenside castling now. So I think I should take there. So I don't need to think about that one too long. So I'm just going to get castled now. If my opponent takes, I've got the option to take with a pawn and bring a pawn in towards the center. See, we're still trying to put pressure on the pawn from a long distance. But again, black can always just fly down the board, so this could get a bit spicy. Very easily could go wrong. Yeah, if knight takes, I'll probably go with the pawn, just because it brings the pawn in towards the middle. But there's perfectly good merit in bringing the knight across, though he could actually pin the knight and look to trade it off the board. Let's just see what my opponent does. Clear them arrows. Cursor off the board so I don't do any accidental pre-moves. It's just gone solid with c6, so knight takes, rook takes, knight across might be a move. f4 could be a move, or even f3 and g4. Knight across challenges this square. But I think I'm going to take... I'm just debating f3 and g4 to play g5, or just go f4 immediately. But it's not without risk. Knight across is very logical to kick that rook, and then I can jump into the middle. Let's just stick to principles and bring the knight across, but it means I'm getting much slower potential to attack here. I could double the rooks up, but then might come to nothing. Maybe rook on h4 rather than h2. So you've got the option to swing across the board. But let's just see where this rook ends up now. I guess he could potentially go across, but I didn't think he would actually do that, but he has. Okay. I'm going to take that. I'm just looking at a simple move like knight forward. Just to stop the bishop coming down. Rook across is very natural. The knight will go back. But I like the idea of just playing knight forward, or even knight across. Actually, I'm going to play knight across, just to help cover the f5 square. I might be able to put the knight to it. There's a direct hit to the knight. I've still got the option of rook across. It stops bishop coming forward in one move, but not easy to create anything here. So queen's come forward, so can he keep defending the knight there? If I go here, what do you do? Maybe you just go here and I can't then reverse gear. So I think I just play rook across here. Bishop down, I've then got f3. I don't see anything better than rook across. So you have knight takes, pawn takes, feels fine. I'm going to play rook across. If bishop down, I'm intending to play pawn forward. But I don't have to. I could get the queen out the way. So we still have options. So queen d3 is also a perfectly sensible move, but not easy to create anything clear-cut. Black just needs to get the bishop up and the rook across and complete development. It's a perfectly balanced position. And I probably want my king going across here. He's gone back with the knight, perfectly sensible. So I think I'm just going to shuffle the king across, get it off the potential pin there. So we've got the option to push and run the king across right to the side. Obviously there is this, might be able to force the bishop off at some point, but f3 and g4 at the right moment might be an idea. Let's just see. Oh, it's reinforced the king's position. Now I probably want the rook to come back, or do I? Knight to f3 to chase the queen could be good. But then what else? Not really got a lot else. Queen up, and my queen is just about trapped. If I might actually be trapped, but queen f4. I don't really want to just go into a quick endgame now, so I'm going to develop the queen here. Again, it's dangerous being on a file, just in case, my knight gets kicked and then I'm in a pin. But knight across threatening a check is a potential idea. Rook might have to come back to defend the pawn at some point. Maybe I should put the king right in the corner. Let's just see. Actually, have I just even missed a simple idea like knight forward there? I might have just actually made a mistake there. I might need to go straight back. Knight forward's quite annoying. He's played the queen across instead. So can I do something like this with a view to sacking a rook? I'm going to just give my king a square while I try and figure things out. I can see the idea coming. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done to kick the knight, but I'm going to drop back and hit the queen with tempo first, because obviously he's trying to put the bishop here, and he can't go back here now. So he's come forward, so I can move the queen out of the way, hit the pawn as well as hitting the queen. Maybe you can go back, but that feels fine to me. Anything better? I don't see it. So I'm going to go here. I expect the queen will drop back, but let's just see. Yeah, I might play rook back into the middle now. We've got a pawn to target. He has done that, so I'm going to bring the rook back. Again, I know bishop can come down, but I'd be very happy if he took the knight and brought my pawn across. So he's gone across, so do I want to commit to the queen staying forward? Actually, knight back. I'm a little bit awkwardly placed. I don't think I'm getting trapped though. So I'm just looking at queen up there. Say a knight across. I could even just potentially go forward. That feels fine. It keeps black's position a little bit bogged down. But at the same time, my queen's not really doing anything. Let's see what black does. Yeah, it might have been better just to literally come right back there. If I go here, I walk into a potential pin. Here, I'm just kind of inviting the pawns forward. Obviously, I'm up that little bit on the clock, up a minute on the clock, so if I can try and stay up on the clock, that's going to help. I'm very, very happy if my opponent takes here, bring a pawn across, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But equally, I've not got any real pressure here right now, have I? It's actually not easy to see a move. I'm going to just drop the queen back, I think, potentially to push the pawn forward. And obviously I'm trying not to run my clock down. But now he's pushed there, I can go back with a view to coming here. So I'm going back with a view to challenging the center now. We're playing very well here. Not easy to win this. I guess that's a safe pre-move if takes. I don't think will do, but it's a safe pre-move. Yeah, rook across, so I need to challenge this center ground. So I'm going to do it with the rook, I think. Do I just bring the queen back, though? Actually, yeah, I'm going to bring the queen back, just to be sensible. Might well fly down the board, but feels okay right now. I'll probably shift the king across, or the rook up to break this pin, and the knight's free to wander off. So rook d2, knight e5 might be a move. Maybe even knight h4 to try and force the bishop off, get the knight to the f5 square. The queen's gone back. So I can actually jump forward here, hit the queen and bishop. He's lucky that the knight actually guards it, so he's not losing material. But I can trade the bishop for knight, so... or the knight for bishop, so is it a good trade? Say the queen moves back, you take, the queen takes, knight takes, it's a potential. Or I can just take with the knight, queen takes, and then try and move my queen somewhere. I'm going to go forward anyway. Now, there is an attack here, but right now I'm hitting the queen, and that's a bigger priority. I could actually take the rook and bishop and knight for the queen, so that would be interesting. But I would obviously take the bishop back as well. So it comes there. Now, is a move like f3 a move? I expect you'd go back. So I'm just going to take the bishop. Now I've got to decide, well, okay, it doesn't give me the option to trade the queen. So queen across threatens bishop up, so it's a chance for my opponent to go wrong. Only reason I'm playing this move is because there's a chance for my opponent to miss bishop up, attacking two pieces. And I'm guarding this square at the same time. So rook up or rook right up might be an idea, but again, I don't want to get my queen trapped to a move like g4 and g5. Knight goes back. Bishop up is still a move. Rook up is a move, but the knight can come in. So I think rook up here, though, knight in now, I can just take. And if you take, I whip the rook. Queen can drop back, queen can go across. And if this queen wanders off, potentially I can try and push, but it's not easy, but the queen has indeed wandered off. So queen up here is a move, but I like the look of g5 now. Yeah, I think now's the time to try and push forward and try and do something about this defensive structure. Knights come forward, but surely that just wins a piece. If you take with a queen, I take. If you take, I take the rook. I think he just blundered a piece, obviously getting a bit lower on time. Actually, no, he hasn't blundered a piece. That's just me confusing myself. He's blundered a pawn. But this should be winning for me. It should be good. There's another pawn loose, as long as I don't allow some sort of perpetual check. Gone with the rook in. Ooh. Have I missed something here? If I play king up and attack the rook, you either drop the rook back somewhere or you defend it in one go. So you have to put the queen here. But then I just play rook across and it forces it off the board. And that should be winning for me. So I think if queen across, I just play here. Trade everything off and I should have a winning endgame. So we play across. Now you have to take with the rook. So if I take with the queen, if you take, I take here. You'll have to do this, but I must be quick enough to mop these pawns up. This should be quick enough. I'd probably actually take with this pawn and create a majority on this side. That feels like it should be winning. So I don't think my opponent can trade here, but I have. So I'm going to do this to charge this pawn very, very quickly. And try and create a majority of pawns on this side. We are up a pawn and we've got 3 and 3 on the other side. So take, take. And I need moves to get round. But I'm committed to it. I have to do it. So here. No, that's no good actually. I've got to come this way. I have to do this, so I might have gone wrong here. Oh, my opponent's gone wrong, allowing me to push. This passed pawn is double guarded. So I can now come here and collect a pawn and get double pawns. I think that's the fatal move. Even if you push, I can take and I'm still guarding here. Or same thing there. No, just collect and push the pawns. That has to be winning. But really tough game. If push is down, I have to go forward, not take it, of course. And now I can come across. You can never take the backward pawn, I just run the front pawn. So I just take. That's a good win, but really good effort, really well played. I could easily have lost that one.